Stay tuned for the fact check so you can hear all the facts that were wrong.
Okay, we just ordered drinks from Erewhon.
Okay.
And I'm trying to order it, and it's saying, you have to meet at the door. This can't be left. It's like, that's weird. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Then it says you have to show your ID. And we ordered you something new. Do you think
that's just a standard disclaimer in case you've ordered alcohol?
No, because I order Erewhon like every day. Or not every day.
I mean,
but I order.
I bet you can predict my reaction to this.
What?
Which is like, fine, fuck you. We won't order from you. You don't leave it. You got to show ID. It's like, this is my beef with the place that required a signature no matter what. It's like our policy. It's like, great. Well, then I won't be using you.
Okay. Well, I already ordered it.
You didn't predict that.
No, I didn't. Okay. Because what I, of course, think is, so you got a new drink that we don't know about. It's like new and strange. And it has colostrum in it.
Yeah, I think that's the only strange part. Everything else is not new or strange. But like,
maybe that is what's requiring it.
Hey, you got to be an adult to drink, or maybe you got to be a baby to drink colostrum.
Oh, to show you're under 21?
You got to show you're under 2 years old.
Oh my God. Well, anyway.
We didn't anticipate that being the sitch.
We didn't, but I think this is interesting that.
I do too.
Yeah, you got breast milk in your coffee?
There was no.
I know, I want to make sure. Yeah, it has colostrum.
But there's no alcohol in it, so why would you need
exactly.
an ID?
That's why. But now I have to check.
Okay. Yeah,
just.
I would detect alcohol immediately. That's interesting. That was in last night's meeting I was at.
Tell me.
Well, just people are kind of. So one person told a story about ordering a Coke and it came. There's always these moments for alcoholics where inevitably you're going to bump into some real alcohol.
Oh my God. Yeah. Tell me how that goes.
And my second dad and I were one time in Wyoming and I ordered a Diet Coke and he ordered a ginger ale and our drinks came and we both took a sip of them almost at the same time. And I mean, it was like, oh, this is Jack and Diet. And then he's putting his drink down and he goes, but this is what was really funny is he goes, try this. Is there Jack? Like, oh God. He just wasn't really thinking. Yeah. He's just doing what you would normally do if you say something funny.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll take your word for it. He's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't try it. But it was just kind of instinctual. Like, does this smell funny?
Right, totally.
But he was like, does this taste like... Anyways, they were both laced with Jack Daniels. A Jack Ginger and a Jack and Diet.
I have a lot, look, I have a lot of respect for servers and food staff and chefs and kitchen workers. But that makes me so angry.
It does?
Yes. Oh. That kind of mistake, only that one.
Yeah.
Is so bad. That is so dangerous. People don't understand what can happen.
Sure. I mean, look, we could look at this from a lot of different angles. I would just say right out of the gates, what percentage of people in the restaurant at any given time are recovering addicts? It's like a lot to...
Yeah, but you have to protect the most vulnerable.
Yeah. I imagine he's got tickets and he, or she, the bartender, got, 6 different Cokes and Jack. And mistakes happen.
I see how it happened. I'm not but I do think it is is your responsibility if you're a bartender. Or whatever. Yeah, I guess it was the bartender, right?
Yeah, it's the kind of restaurant they got to put in the drink order with the bartender.
Yeah, to be aware if there shouldn't be alcohol in the drink.
But what
it could be for a kid.
Well, thank you. I just had gotten to that place in my head where I was like, if it's happened to me and it's happened to Tom and it's happened to, almost every dude in the meeting had this. Yeah, surely kids are getting, and do they think like, oh, this just tastes funny, but I still like soda? No, it's
probably
too
like,
gross.
Ew, something's wrong with this.
I like to think that some kid just powered through it.
And became an alcoholic.
Was super buzzed. Well, again, most people who drink don't become alcoholics.
But a lot of us do.
This is a fun, philosophical conversation, which is I don't think it's the responsibility of the masses to be changing their whole life because some small percentage of the population has a thing. I just don't think that's...
generally don't either, but this isn't changing anything. This is just being careful.
Well, no, I mean, even the notion that you can't have If a kid drank, he'd be an alcoholic. Well, it's like, well, that's not true. Most people that drink aren't alcoholics.
Yes,
so
that's fine.
Yeah, but I think that would be a common kind of reaction.
Well, no, I think they're just like, don't give my kid alcohol. Like that's bad.
You want to decide when your kid has alcohol.
Yeah. And it is illegal.
I'm so sorry. I have it on Do Not Disturb, but for some reason it's still, Do Not Disturb. Why would you be buzzing?
See, it's like my doorbird.
Don't buzz. You're not supposed to buzz. Oh, it's because it's Kristen.
Oh, she has an override?
She has an override if she calls, and now I'm realizing she has an override if she texts too.
Does she have to call twice or text twice, or just immediately as an override?
Anytime she calls, it'll actually ring.
Oh, that's nice.
I learned that from Toto Wolff. Remember, he was in the interview and his phone rang twice.
Yeah.
Once was his wife and once was one of his children.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he said, and I was like, I didn't even know you could do that.
That's cool. Okay, I did look it up, and cold brew coffee with cowboy colostrum. Though, like, what does it mean, cowboy colostrum? But okay, heavy cream and maple syrup. That's all it's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, enhanced with lucuma, maca, and sea salt.
Maybe they don't want kids to have maca because there's a lot of caffeine or some shit.
Maybe.
I'm just thinking that like it's a policy gone awry.
Yeah.
It's like they flagged some certain thing and now this got ensnared in it. But there's no reason someone...
I bet it's colostrum, but we need to figure out why. Like,
we need to further.
Oh my God, what if you get addicted to colostrum now?
Okay, I'm going to get in trouble for this.
Okay.
But it's in keeping with this conversation we were already having. I just had read that they're like sentencing someone who is in between... I don't know what chain of events they were involved with the Matthew Perry overdose.
Oh, I've heard about this.
And they just got sentenced. And I think someone else got sentenced.
Like a doctor, I think, right?
Yeah. And my kids and I were talking about it. And I was like, no, that's not how it should work. Well, my analogy was Yamaha, Kawasaki, all these motorcycle companies. They all sell motorcycles that go 200 miles an hour. They're for sale at the dealership. A 16-year-old can walk in and buy it. They don't have to prove at all that they've ever ridden a thing. And quite often those kids go out and they die on motorcycles. It's a way too much motorcycle.
Yeah.
That is living in a country with liberty. Like you do have the right to be a mountain climber, to do dangerous activities.
That's not the same.
Well, no, it's identical if you remove the word legal or illegal and you just say that there are many products that are sold that are just inherently dangerous. Motorcycles, drugs, guns, alcohol, cigarettes, cars. There are products that are dangerous.
Yeah.
And I really believe, unless it's a situation like big tobacco where they know it causes cancer and they're stifling that information. Like, I think you should have full awareness as a consumer of I think it should be like, yeah, you're going to buy this motorcycle. It goes 200 miles an hour. You kill yourself really easily. Okay. Now, if you want to do that, that's like, it's your life. So no, I don't think someone that sells a dangerous product should go to jail because someone else used the dangerous product and killed themselves. I think it's the person who used it has to have the responsibility.
Well, not if it's a doctor. It's a doctor, I think, that got in trouble. I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah, but again...
If it's not a doctor, I'm more aligned with you, but...
But let's just say that what I guarantee is that the doctor hadn't given him a dosage that killed him. What I guarantee is that he had multiple sources or stockpiled or whatever, and he took on his own a dose that no doctor would ever recommend.
Well, we don't know that.
I do.
How? Michael Jackson's doctor also gave him way too much. Like they're giving what the people are asking for, and that's the whole issue. They have a do no harm obligation, and if it's just like, well, this person's paying me and just wanting more than I should give, but I'm giving it, that's a problem.
Yeah, we would need more, but I can tell you from everyone I've known who's overdosed in the last 30 years of sobriety, no one was taking it as prescribed.
Right, but this was ketamine.
Yeah,
it's a little
so there is
more...
a safe dosage of ketamine. A lot of people in this country have ketamine prescriptions.
Yeah,
but like if I got a prescription for Percocet, right, the 1.0s, the big boys, and it says take one every 4 hours, and I take that jar and I take 8 right away.
Yeah.
That's on me.
No, that is on you, though.
And what he did, what our boy did was he OD'd. He took way more than was prescribed to him, for sure.
Well, I don't know if it's for sure, because then every doctor who had someone OD would be in trouble, and that's not the case.
Right. The only thing that makes I think this reason this person's going to jail is because the person that died was famous. I think a bunch of people have OD'd on ketamine and other drugs, and there was not even an investigation. They're like, yeah, someone OD'd. That's what happens on drugs when they're abused. Mm-hmm. But because it's him, they're like, well, we got to figure out who killed Matthew Perry. That's not no one killed him.
Well, again, I don't know that this is, I don't know enough about this doctor or what was being prescribed.
I do know that I read what he was on when he died, and it was an insane amount of ketamine, and it was not what his prescription was.
He was a drug counselor that connected Perry to the ketamine queen who delivered him the ketamine.
Yeah.
Ketamine queen is tricky.
Yeah, I don't know enough about her. But at the end of the day, he did it. No one else did it. He did it.
Yeah, but if you're a doctor, you can't.
You think Ketamine Queen was a doctor?
I assume. Let me look it up. Yes, this person, British-American convicted felon and drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen. She gained international attention following her indictment and subsequent guilty plea in connection with the overdose of actor Matthew Perry. Let me see if she's a doctor. She looks kind of Indian.
Kind of Indian?
Prosecutors alleged that she operated a drug distribution network from her North Hollywood home for several years. Sentenced to 15 years in prison for her role in supplying the ketamine that would cause Perry's death.
Just think how many people drink to a fatal level. It happens a ton.
Yeah, but you can get in trouble for over-serving.
I can go into the store and I can buy 10 fifths.
Oh, yeah.
So we would agree the Jack Daniels company should not be held responsible because someone went and bought.
But how did she even get the ketamine, this lady? She's probably it's clearly illegal. What she's doing is illegal. So that's why she's going to jail.
Yeah, she's a drug dealer.
Drug dealer.
Drug dealers, but I agree that I think drug dealers in certain cases should go to jail.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you're getting illegal drugs off the black market. I mean, yes, you're engaging in a lot of illegal activity.
I think the time that I'd be fine with a drug dealer going to jail would be when the drug dealer knowingly sold someone fentanyl under the guise of it being heroin, knowingly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
because then
they're a murderer.
Yeah, exactly. Then the person that got it can't really dose it correctly. Mm-hmm. And they have deceitfully misled this person, which may have caused their death. But if I'm selling you crack cocaine, I go, hey, bro, this is crack. Do what it with you. I really don't think it's on the person who sold it.
But they got it illegally. No one gets crack legally.
That's kind of what I'm trying to have the conversation about, is because we labeled alcohol legal and this other thing illegal, yet we clearly think because alcohol is legal that no one's responsible if someone drinks themselves to death. Mm-hmm. And so you're saying that because one is classified by the government as illegal and one is legal, that should make the person who sells it go to prison.
Yes, because there are regulations on actual alcohol. Like it's labeled 12%, blah, blah. Like crack is not. Like it's if crack was legal, then it would probably be under some sort of system where you'd see the amount. It would be like supervised in a way,
and
regulated.
No one would be held responsible.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's fine then. I am fine. If we lived in a world where it was legal and it was regulated, I mean, this is the whole debate about marijuana for years and years and years, which now.
And all these people went to prison and were held responsible for other people's abuse of something.
Yeah.
And I think we all now agree that was wrong.
Right. But also because like marijuana isn't a problem.
Yeah.
But crack is a problem. You agree.
Well, let's keep it to ketamine, because you can get a prescription for ketamine. There is ketamine therapy. People do use ketamine therapeutically. Mm-hmm. I personally don't think it's a great idea to use ketamine
because why?
Because I've seen it go wrong more than I've seen it go right. And not even in death. I've seen a very temporary patch for something that long-term wasn't a good solution.
Right. And you think it has a risk of addiction?
Yeah, just like cigarettes, alcohol, caffeine, most things that...
Do you think it's more or less? I'm actually asking because I don't know a lot about ketamine.
Yeah, I've never taken ketamine, so I don't know how sticky it is.
Yeah.
I know how sticky opiates are.
Yeah, exactly.
I know how sticky cocaine is. I know how sticky alcohol is. I know cigarettes, like, of all of them, cigarettes are the stickiest. There's a bunch of junkies that'll tell you quitting smoking was harder than quitting heroin.
But again, that's why, like, because it's legal, it says, like, basically it says on the box, like, this is going to kill you.
But my only issue with cigarette manufacturers were when they knew it was causing something.
Yeah, horrible.
And they silenced that.
Mm-hmm.
And so to me, if you have total transparency, I do think I want to live in a country where people get to evaluate the risks they want to take. And then also I don't think it's fair to the 90% of people or even the 94% of people who try cocaine and don't become addicted. I don't think it's fair to those people that because us 8% have a problem, you guys can't do it. I don't think that's fair.
Well, we can't do it because it's not regulated and there is fentanyl in it. And there's so many, it's not, are you saying you think cocaine should be legalized?
No, I don't think that. I think that we've seen the experiment run, it doesn't work. That's my opinion on many classifications of drugs.
Yeah,
I do think
too.
they're too addictive. And I think the barriers that exist are what help it going from 94% of people never getting addicted to, the 8. I think if it were
I agree.
$5 for an 8-ball and it was at 7-Eleven, I think you would see a massive uptick.
You would.
Yes, in addiction.
And it would affect every single person, whether you're an addict or you're not.
So that's one topic. Do I think it should be legalized? And then another topic is, do I think people are responsible for distributing a product that's dangerous and someone abuses it and dies? I don't think the kid who breaks the speed limit on his new Yamaha R1 and is going 180 on the 5 and kills himself. I don't think the dealer is responsible.
I don't either.
I don't think Yamaha is responsible.
But again, the difference is, I do think the difference is legality.
I know, but that's just really, we would agree that's arbitrary. Like weed wasn't legal 2 years ago. And now it is. Right. And so now we think that it's like, well, that should have been consistent.
Because like it doesn't do that much harm. We have enough evidence of all of these drugs at this point to rank
how lethal they are.
Exactly. And lethal to yourself and to society, like what it's going to cause.
Then we can get even more fun debate, which is sometimes the ones that aren't lethal are weirdly more dangerous. So like weed and alcohol.
Yeah.
I think bizarrely, they can take more of a toll on your overall life because they're not so extreme that you can habitually do them forever and lose big chunks of your existence.
Yeah.
Weed's going to be, I think there's going to be there'll be some study at some point when we have 20 years of data on what happened with this experiment. And although I'm in favor of it, we're going to see it's just it has more innocuous and subtle consequences that are currently being completely ignored.
Sure. Like in a way that maybe if someone is addicted to caffeine and then they can't sleep and then they have a bad, yes, there are consequences for anything you do. Anything. You can eat sugar.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where do we draw the line?
Yeah.
And I think you have to draw it somewhere. Obviously, I think we both agree. We can't just have a free-for-all situation.
Well, we have the data for it. Back in the early 1900s when these cure-alls, when people went town to town with cure-alls, and 30% of the cure-all was opium, you saw, there was a moment in America where like 30% of the country was addicted to opiates. So we have data that when you make it wildly available and it's not illegal,
it's bad.
You're going to have a third of the population. So back to the weed. What makes me think we will at some point reevaluate it a little bit, not to say we're ever going to make it illegal again or that we should, but my anecdotal experience is I drive Delta to school every morning on my motorcycle. And when I am, both directions, but certainly I'm more aware of it when I'm driving home by myself. I smell weed the whole way home in LA.
Yeah.
And I have to go like, oh yeah, so now that it's legal, a lot of people have transferred to, many people are getting stoned the second they wake up. and on their way to work and walking around in the morning.
Okay.
I'm not judgmental of it, but I am suggesting that's going to show a little burble. We're going to see some downriver consequences of people waking up and immediately getting stoned.
I mean, my guess is yes, but I also don't know. We have Seth Rogen, he's extremely not affected negatively at all.
For sure.
This is a hard one for me because I don't like weed. Personally, I don't take it. I don't enjoy it. So I don't feel like I have a dog in this fight, really.
Here's what you don't see. I saw it one time. Well, I've seen it a couple times. Mm-hmm. I saw it in Russia when I was there in 1996, I guess. And it had, the wall had only fallen at that point for 7 years or something. Mm-hmm. And driving in the morning from the boat to Catherine's Palace, I saw hundreds, if not thousands of men drinking vodka at 8 a.m. on the sidewalk.
It's cultural, yep.
And you go, that town has a drinking problem. And then we went to Sweden right after. And then we learned of Sweden's taxation of vodka because Sweden went, we got a drinking problem. Mm-hmm. And so they wanted to start addressing it somehow. And what I'm saying is if you were driving home from anywhere at 8 a.m. in the morning and you saw 1 in 3 people chugging alcohol, vodka or beer, you go, this isn't great.
Yeah.
But weed, this is what I'm talking about. It's innocuous quality, which is like, yeah, I do believe you can smoke weed and drive your car and smoke weed and probably go to work and do a fine job. Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to do 100%. I don't think.
I don't either, but I don't also know. I don't know because I just don't.
Yeah, I just think any other, it's just interesting how it's already folded into our culture. And it's kind of like you observe people smoking weed all morning in LA and it
might be because it's still, not really new, but it's still kind of newly legal.
Yeah.
And as you said, we could be seeing 1 in 3 people drinking all day and we don't. And I think that probably has to do with just the fact that it's been around for so long and
you can't function as well. And you can't, if you show up to work, you smell like it. And socially, we're like, no, you can't drink in the morning.
Right.
I just think it's interesting. You can smoke weed in the morning. It's fine. No one really gives a shit.
Well, I think most people do. I think most people, if they hear that, are like, what? That's crazy. I think some people maybe don't, but I think the majority of people who hear that somebody woke up in the morning and started smoking weed immediately are probably a little concerned about that person. Yeah. I am.
Well, I just saw I saw these 2 ladies. They have a podcast about ADHD. They're both ADHD. And they were talking about why many ADHD people love weed because it's a dopamine dysregulation condition and that you can get dopamine from the weed. So initially they're talking about it's almost like heavily in support of ADHD people using it, or at least maybe not feeling guilty that they're using it because it is like a good medicine for them. But then they were also very quite honest to say, and 36% of ADHD cannabis users have cannabis use disorder.
Yeah.
So it's over a third. Mm-hmm. And I also think it has benefited from the fact that we've been saying forever it's not addictive. It is not physically addictive. You're not going to go through withdrawals of the physical variety when you stop doing it. But you're going to go through a lot and
mental withdrawal,
and your brain chemistry is going 100%. To adjust for a while. And so 100%. I also don't think we're being totally honest about it's not addictive. No. Many, many people are fully addicted to weed. And their tolerance has gone up and up, and their dosage has gone up and up and up.
Yeah.
And they're smoking, a
lot of addictions are also mental. So many are that will kill you. Not just, it's not just like a silly thing to say. Yeah. It's very, my brother used to smoke so much weed. It was like, it's not addictive. It's not addictive. And I'm like, you are addicted. I can tell because you keep getting in trouble for this. It's having a consequence and you can't or won't stop.
Right.
So maybe, yes, it's not physically addictive, but mentally you are addicted.
Yeah.
So.
And you probably won't suck a dick for weed. And you probably won't break into a house for weed. And there is even when you're jonesing for it doesn't reach the level of jonesing for opiates or jonesing for,
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert. if you dare.
It's fascinating.
Yeah, it is interesting.
I think though, we'll have a bit of a reckoning. I think it should stay legal. Again,
Yeah.
I don't think that
It needs to.
the millions of people that are doing it like on the weekends to relax or
Yeah.
taking a gummy to go to sleep, I don't want those people to lose that.
No.
They should have that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, dickheads like me are going to fuck it up and abuse it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also going to probably be some questions about when you start doing it, at what age, and what kind of effects it has on your brain development.
Yeah.
If you're a heavy weed user.
Well,
in
maybe
your
they
youth.
will start. Maybe eventually there'll be. Is it right now? Is there an age thing?
Yeah,
on it?
18.
18.
Well, I don't know if it's 18 or 21. It would make sense that it was 21, but I have no clue.
I would assume it would be 21, and it.
I probably wouldn't get carded. I know that.
It's
I'm
21.
51. It's 21?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a really big ding, ding, ding. Because I
About
went
getting
to.
carded?
Yep, I was at Chili's this past weekend
Oh, with your mom.
with my mom and dad in
You guys
Duluth.
went over to Chili's.
We did.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and
Did
it
you
was
get
my idea.
Oh, good. Did
Yeah.
you get the potato skins?
I didn't. I got the quesadilla, which is my thing there.
Yeah.
And the problem is my mom had made quesadillas the day before, homemade tortillas, homemade everything. And they were so good. And
Gourmet.
they were really gourmet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had this idea about the Chili's quesadillas because it's so nostalgic.
Yeah.
And it was fun. It was good.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I just probably shouldn't have had it the next day after these like really one of a kind quesadillas.
Yes.
We were at obviously TJ. My mom and I went to TJ Maxx, obviously.
Well, I thought you were about to say TGIF. I was like, wow, you guys hit
No, no.
Fridays and Chili's in one weekend.
We went to TJ Maxx, which we always do. We went to Kohl's. We went to Nordstrom Rack. They're all in the same area.
Yeah.
We're shopping, and then there's a Chili's right there. Our Chili's, where like I grew up going. And I asked. Oh, my mom had asked earlier, what do you want to do for dinner? And I was like, I don't know. And then I said, have you guys been to the Chili's? Do you guys still go there? And she was like, yeah, we go. And she was like, do you want to do that for dinner? And I was like, yeah, I do want to. So then my dad met us.
Okay. Where was he?
He was at home. He wasn't
He was
going to
at work
TJ
in
Maxx.
his retirement?
Yeah. No, he's not going to TJ Maxx and Nordstrom Rack and stuff. No.
I would rather die.
Yeah, he was home, but then he came to meet us, and we ate there, and I got carded.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
That's cute.
It was cute.
Flattering.
It was cute, and then
What was your cocktail at Chili's?
it was a margarita.
Yeah.
I didn't finish. It was bad.
Super sugary.
Yeah, and I said, can I get a Casamigos one, but skinny? And those were, two separate things, basically.
Mhm.
And he was like, oh, I don't know. I have to ask. And I was like, charge me for the expensive Casamigos one, but just
Yeah.
make it skinny.
Yeah, no way. That's going to
And
happen
he
back
didn't-
there.
It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but it tasted
Probably a
very,
16-year-old
very
kid
bad.
made that cocktail.
I know.
Yeah.
So
Was it so beautiful in Georgia? Is it green as hell right now? Spring?
it's pretty green. Yeah, it's nice.
Okay.
It's nice.
Okay.
It's nice. Yeah. But
Any thoughts of moving back while you're there?
no,
Uh.
I never have that.
Yeah, you never have that.
I have like, I'm glad I touched down here a couple times a year. Like
have
I
you
am
had
glad.
the thought I had in Michigan, which is like, oh my gosh, I could live in the super nice neighborhood now?
Oh,
Because that's what really fucked me up. That's what had me almost getting a house on a certain lake in Michigan.
really?
Yeah, I was just like, I used to drive by the house, I mean,
yeah.
every time I went to West Bloomfield or anywhere, which was regular, there's one stretch Pontiac Trail. And look at these mansions with these huge yards, and they're on Long Lake, I think, Lower Straits, Upper Straits. And the notion that I could live there became very intoxicating.
Yeah.
Like I could almost not resist. I thought better of it at the end.
Yeah. Sure.
But I had found a house and I was flying there to get it because I was just like,
wow.
I can't believe I can live where the basketball players lived.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I don't have that.
don't
I mean,
have
I
that.
definitely drive around there and I think like,
You know, one difference I think between you and I
Mhm.
was kids, I coveted wealth.
I didn't covet wealth in the same way you did,
Right.
but I still did have like aspirations to have a lot of money.
Sure.
Like, and we lived in a nice house. That is the difference. We
Yeah.
lived in a nice house,
Yeah.
but a modest nice house.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it, my parents would get mad because they would say like, it's really nice. Like
It is.
compare.
I've seen it. It's a big, big house by American standards. It's like a 4,000 square foot house.
Less than that, but
it is.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But it's yes, it is. It's a
in like an upscale neighborhood.
It's in a subdivision. Okay, this I was trying to teach Jess about subdivisions. He didn't understand them.
Right, being from LA.
He was fighting with me about suburbs because I was like, you don't really understand suburbs.
Right.
And he was
it's all
like,
about what sub you live in.
Well, exactly.
And you don't even say subdivision. You say sub. Did you say sub?
Well, no, because we said neighborhood.
Okay.
So what neighborhood do you live in? But I don't even say that to people who don't understand it because they don't even understand what that means.
Right.
So I said, because sometimes I like to do suburban Fridays here, which is us going to a movie on Friday afternoon and then going to dinner at the Americana.
Yeah.
It feels so suburban to me.
Yes.
And we did that. We watched Devil Wears Prada and then we went to the Italian restaurant at the Americana. And, they bring out the bread. It's just all so suburban.
Yeah.
And I was feeling very nostalgic and I was talking about the suburbs and he was like, well, yeah, Burbank is a suburb. He grew up in Burbank.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. And then he, of course, had to look up on ChatGPT where, of course, it says it is. And sure.
Well, Burbank is a suburb of LA.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Technically, it is a suburb.
But a subdivision is a very specific thing.
Well, that's what I said, but you don't have subdivisions. Like a real,
Not
like a suburb, to me.
Someone who grew up in New York, there are 3 or 4 streets you enter the subdivision on. And through those 3 or 4 streets, a web of streets are connected to it. And it's its own little world.
And it's house after house.
It's on a main road.
Yes.
And yeah. And that's how everything was built where I grew up in Michigan.
Yes, same.
In my elementary, you'd go, what sub do you live in? And it was either Heritage Farms, Axford Acres, LaSalle Gardens.
Yeah.
There were only 4 options.
Okay, so for us, what neighborhood do you live in?
Okay.
And it's a huge neighborhood, like 800 houses.
Wowzers.
Yes.
Big development.
So it was really exciting for Halloween. You wanted to go in Riverbrook,
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it was really exciting.
Was Riverbrook the nicest sub?
No, so that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
so
there was a nicer sub.
So many.
Okay.
So many. So there was St. Ives. I was really, really fancy.
It's also funny.
It is so funny. So and like I had friends who lived in these, and sugar
tits.
I can't believe I'm forgetting. That's just because coffee. But anyway, yes, there are some areas that's like, oh my God, if you live there, like you've really made it.
Can I tell you the coveted wealth part?
Yeah.
So on the weekends, very, very regular activity for us, maybe even every other weekend, we would leave our shitty welfare apartment and we would get in Mom's Pinto and we would drive to Bloomfield Hills.
That was a neighborhood?
Yeah, it was
subdivision.
It's 25 miles away. Not a subdivision. It is a suburb.
Area.
It's an area.
Okay, got it.
And we would pull up to the end of driveways and stare at the house. And my mom would say, these people went to college.
Oh,
like, if you want to live here, these people went to college. Then she'd drive to another nice house. This person's probably a doctor or they're a lawyer, if you like that, this is how you get it. And we did that all the time.
Yeah.
So I do think that compounded my obsession with like wealth in like, oh my God, that's so out of reach and we want that thing. So yeah, the lake with the basketball players' houses, I was very primed.
That used to be a thing. Like, when we would go on vacations, we'd just drive around and look at houses.
It's so fun. I love it. I still love it.
It's weird now that I'm thinking about that. Like, I would never go on a vacation and do that. But we did it all the time. Anytime we went somewhere in a car, it was, we would go to neighborhoods and drive around and look at houses.
Yeah.
Strange.
See how the other folks live.
I guess, but like, I don't know. So funny. It's all so funny.
We're watching Zillow Gone Wild. We're now addicted to it. We have a guest coming up.
We do.
Don't have to deduce who that would be.
That's right.
But if you haven't seen Zillow Gone Wild, it's from the Instagram account Zillow Gone Wild. So it's these crazy listings on Zillow.
Yeah.
And the show goes and visits these houses. And there was the cutest Indian couple last night in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, a lot of them there.
And they lived in a castle. Mm-hmm. It looked like Excalibur Hotel in Vegas.
Yeah.
And Inside were like swords and all this stuff. And
Was it Indian stuff in there or like?
No, it was all like knights and stuff.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. And the whole tableau was so cute because they're from India, right? And the dad is like, clearly he's been successful here.
Yeah.
I'm like, look at this. This guy lives in a castle in America. It's just making me so happy. Like, you would not want to live in this castle.
I know.
I wouldn't, but there was something so sweet and life affirming.
It's the idea of America.
This guy's in America on like 5 acres in a castle.
In Camelot.
Yes. And then they show the children. I guess the children talked them into buying the house. And it was on eBay, which I didn't even know they sold homes on eBay. Yeah. It was just really cute because the mom did all the talking. A lot of it was followed a lot of my stereotypes.
Oh.
But in the adorable way, the things I love about. It's like she handled all the talking. He just kind of sat there and smiled. And then he got to show his sword, like when it was time, it was time to do like the sword stuff. And then the cute thing was eventually we saw the kids.
Mm-hmm. How old are they?
In their 20s.
Okay. Taking advantage of their parents.
And the son had like a fucking long ponytail, fucking tattoos everywhere. And I was like, these second generation.
I know.
Kids and then their parents.
It's so sad, actually.
You talking about your brother just made me think of the whole scenario. And I was like, oh yeah, man, you got like, if you're emigrating here from India, like you have a lot coming your way.
Yes.
There's so many challenges for you.
Yes.
There's racism. There's this and that. You got to find your footing. And then the reward is you'll give your kids this everything, and they will likely go berserk American style.
Well, it's all connected. You're going to go berserk American style because you have to be American.
Yeah.
You have to very quickly assimilate into this culture and be whatever it needs you to be, and you don't really know how.
It's just a hard road they travel, and I want to honor them. It's like, what an experience. You go through hell and back.
I know.
To make it here and to provide this opportunity. And they're like, I think, Dad, I'm going to blow joints and get tattoos.
That's why I'm such a good daughter.
Yes. You turned out to be.
I've always been a good daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean because I did do a crazy thing
you
by
did
coming
a crazy
here.
thing,
I did,
and you could be. It worked out.
It worked
also,
out for my
you
brother
could have been
too.
moving back at 36 years old, and you could have been in this doc about Zillow.
No.
Don't be silly.
That was not in my cards. Maybe I wouldn't have had all this, but I would have figured out something.
Yeah. We have much different assessments of ourselves. Had this not worked out for me, I would be penniless.
That's so crazy that you think that.
I know so. I was just talking about it with Kristen. We were talking about somebody, and it was like, just get a fucking job, right? Like, just get a job.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't get the management position. Like, at some point, get a job.
Just do it. Yeah.
And I was like enjoying that, being a little judgmental. And then I was like, hon, if I'm being dead honest, like, I couldn't have a job. I could be an Uber driver.
What?
I could be at 7-Eleven if there's no manager, but I could not, at this point, have a 30-year-old boss who I thought was dumb and was making me do stupid things. I couldn't do it. I'd rather be penniless. I just don't have it in me.
What if you have a family? You can't just choose to be penniless. You have to support your family.
If I have a family, well, luckily I would be an Uber driver. I would be something where I could be an independent contractor. What I'm saying, I really have always been terrible at.
Yeah.
And I'm admitting it. I've not been great when I have idiot bosses. And most people have idiot bosses. I'm not talking about good bosses, but your odds of getting a good boss are low.
Even if you have a good boss, you're not going to see eye to eye on everything at all. And you're not going to be quiet about that.
Yes.
But listen, can you work on it?
No. No. I know who I am. I'm 51.
No. Now. I don't mean now. I mean like
now.
if this was, it would have happened much earlier. It would have happened earlier in life. I think we can't tell people they can't change these behaviors because like you can.
Well, no, I'm telling those people you probably got to be an Uber driver. You need to be something where you don't have a boss.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can be something where you don't have a boss, or you can work on yourself and decide like, okay, this boss is fucking annoying. Like I hate him and I hate that he's telling me what to do. And guess what? I need a job and I need to support my family and I can go home and forget about this person. Like you're
100% right. That's how people should be. I completely agree with you.
People can.
That's how people should be.
And they can be.
I am not that way.
I disagree. You don't give yourself enough credit for change. You've changed a lot. And it's, again, as you say, like it's when push comes to shove, but that's what this would require. You would be...
I'm just telling on myself. You know, I've got some bad characteristics.
I know.
This is one of them.
I don't
do well with authoritarian presences.
But I think you don't.
I don't.
But I think you could in a specific circle, given your life had gone a different way.
That's why I couldn't direct commercials. I did a few. I got through them.
I know. Yeah,
you were in one.
Yes.
And I was fine that day. I didn't piss off the client.
You were great.
But I didn't like it so much that I'm like, I would rather not direct.
I know, but you were already rich. So this is my point. If you weren't, and you needed the job, you didn't need. Well, we have an example.
So I was broke when I worked for CPK.
I know, but
and I couldn't do it. I couldn't have him tell me I got a 6 or a 7 on my punctuality when I've been early every day.
It's rude.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I couldn't handle the injustice.
I know.
And I lost that job, or I quit it.
That's okay, though. You lost a job. To me, that's okay. Listen, that was weird. He told you.
I bet corporate told him to do that.
Yes, of course. Not his fault necessarily, but whatever. You quit because you were like, I can't work for this corporation that is gaslighting me.
Lying to me.
And I won't do it. So I'm quitting. That's fine. I, in fact, think in some ways that's noble.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that you couldn't have gone to a different job and worked for someone. I
was so lucky that I had a job for 14 years.
Exactly.
But my bosses were my mom and my brother.
Yeah. And sometimes that's the worst. That can be the worst.
Because we already knew how to deal with each other. You're right. A lot of family businesses, it does that part gets tricky. It worked great for us because my mom knew the more I stay out of his business and the more responsibility I give him, the better he'll be.
Yeah.
And so she just stayed the fuck out of the way. And almost every year I got more and more responsibilities where I was, oh
my gosh, the colostrum has arrived.
Did they make you show out an ID? They did.
Well, if you take a sip and you taste alcohol, let me know.
Okay. You'll know if there's alcohol in it. How will you know if there's alcohol in it?
Because you'll drink the whole thing in one sip.
I'll ask Rob if he can run up and get a pack of Camel Lights.
Oh, you mean after you're done with it?
And then I'll figure out where to get cocaine.
I know. If there was alcohol and you drank it and you relapsed and then you did cocaine and we could sue Erewhon.
I don't think we could.
And that would be, 100% we would.
After the point I just made, I would never sue.
Well, I'm cutting that, obviously, so that we can sue. And then that will be so exciting. Talk about buying a house in Bloomington Hills or whatever with the suing money, the sewage. Bloomfield. Sugarloaf. My God, that was going to kill me. Sugarloaf had really big houses. How's the colostrum?
This thing is fucking delicious.
Oh, good.
I'm willing to show my ID to get it.
Oh, see, look at that.
I don't know if that's true, but okay. I want to do some facts.
Yeah, let's do some facts. So this is all connected because this is for Brandi Carlile.
And she grew up modestly, and she
was
now
a coyote,
buy a house.
as she said.
Yeah, and she could definitely buy a house on Upper Straits, Middle Straits, or Lower Straits.
Yeah.
Or Long Lake. Those are the big boys. I really liked her.
I know. She was fantastic.
Yeah, I really, really, really liked her. What I liked most, I was talking to Phineas about her. What I love is how unapologetically ambitious she is. And she doesn't pretend she's not. And I love that. And I think it's weirdly a good message to put out there because I think a lot of people think one need only be a genius artist. And that's not, you gotta call all the clubs and get on open mic night. And there's just a ton of ambition in the mix too.
I agree. Yeah. okay, are civil partnerships, okay, I was looking up the civil partnership and gay marriage timeline in England. Okay, so same-sex marriage in England and Wales became legal on March 13th, 2014. Civil partnerships were 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked up because she said those had to be like very secular.
Mm-hmm.
And that's correct. They must remain legally secular, meaning the registration process cannot include religious words, music, or hymns.
Oh, wow. Will they send a monitor there to make sure that didn't happen in your ceremony?
I don't know.
It's just the
Maybe
honor agreement or whatever they call it.
honor system.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know, but yeah. Oh, was Ross Kunkel, the drummer, did he play on Tapestry, the album Tapestry, Carole King? Yes.
He did.
He did do that. He did do that.
Does that.
He did it and he does it. Oh, you said you like invented a reality or like a show or something where you don't know the person's age, but you hear their voice.
Mhm.
And because she was on the phone with her wife, her now wife, and thought she was a
an old
70-year-old lady.
Yeah.
That's currently a reality show.
Oh, it is?
It's called Age of Attraction. It's on Netflix.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. And
I should
do you
watch
want to
that.
hear the trailer?
Yeah, because we might have to watch this with the kids when Zillow runs out.
I have dated guys who were my age because it was the right thing to do. And it didn't work out, obviously.
Here, you'll be dating and even committing without ever knowing how old your partner is.
Committed.
Are you ready?
Yeah. I don't know if these guys are my grandpa's age.
But you don't know who the Spice Girls are?
I couldn't name one.
Best 3-minute date I've ever had.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the
You
mom
do?
part.
Do you have mommy issues?
If you're not as hot as my mom, I'm not gonna marry you.
Huh.
If you feel as if you found that special connection, all that's left is revealing your age. I am...
Get your seatbelt on.
I didn't even know there were 60-year-olds here.
Well, okay, I was going to say my only issue with the show, as I'm seeing it, is they get to see each other. So it's like, but...
Or leave this experience the same way you entered it, alone.
I'm definitely worried. What would my family think?
Children?
Yeah.
And you hated babysitting.
All right, we got it. Yeah, I guess that show's really more about how well can you hide your age, because we're seeing the people.
We are seeing them, but
so there's a lot of shockers. Like clearly what's going to be the shockers, a lot of people are much older than they look,
Or
and a lot of people
younger.
are much younger than they look.
Yeah, but maybe yes, but I think it is saying like that is what they look. These are the people. So who cares what their age is?
It's just a number, Monica.
It's just a number.
Yeah.
That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
Anyway, people are watching that.
I'm going to watch that.
Okay.
I bet the kids would like that.
Report back. And that's it. Really not a lot of facts.
Well, I really enjoyed her immensely.
Me too.
Yeah. I really like her.
I love her.
I love her. All right.
Love you.